Most people see a Jiu-Jitsu belt and only notice the color. They don't see the years of dedication, the hundreds of hours of mat time, or the mental battles won to earn it. This journey is more than collecting colors. It's a profound transformation, a relentless pursuit of self-improvement that seeps into every aspect of your life. It's about showing up when you don't want to, pushing past your limits, and learning humility on a daily basis. In the next few minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain on every adult Jiu-Jitsu rank, from the raw, often bewildering struggles of a white belt to the quiet, profound mastery of a black belt. We'll reveal the true meaning, the demanding requirements, and the unique challenges behind each promotion. Whether you're just tying on your first white belt, contemplating your next stripe, or years into your journey, this is what every Jiu-Jitsu belt really means, and why each one is a milestone worth celebrating. White belt. Survival mode. So you walk in on day one. Maybe you're full of nervous energy, maybe you've watched a few UFC fights and think you're ready. You tie that bright white belt around your waist, a symbol of your absolute beginner status, and within 5 minutes, a seasoned 150-pound purple belt folds you like a lawn chair. That feeling of being utterly out of your depth? That's normal. That's the white belt experience in a nutshell. Your mission at white belt is incredibly simple yet profoundly challenging. Survive. This isn't about winning. It's about learning not to lose immediately. It's about figuring out how to breathe when someone twice your size is smothering you from side control. You'll learn to escape, to keep your elbows tight to protect your neck, and, perhaps most importantly, to tap early and often. Tapping is your best friend here. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of intelligence, a commitment to learning so you can train another day. And you will come back tomorrow, or at least you should. White belt is where you build your foundational vocabulary. You'll drill basic movements like shrimping, bridging, and hip escapes until they become second nature. You'll learn fundamental submissions like arm bars and chokes and basic guard passes. The emphasis is on defensive positioning and understanding how to handle inferior positions because, trust us, you'll be in them a lot. Most academies award 4 stripes at this rank, usually marking your consistent attendance and gradual improvement. Before you're even considered for blue, you're looking at spending anywhere from 1 to 2 years at this rank. The goal isn't to win, it's to stop panicking when you're underneath someone who knows exactly what they're doing. It's about building resilience, both physically and mentally. This is where your ego gets checked at the door and humility becomes your most valuable training partner. Blue belt, the great expansion. You've done it. You've survived white belt. You've learned to tap, to breathe, and maybe even pull off a surprise sweep or two. Now that blue band is tied around your waist and you feel 10 feet tall, you're no longer a beginner. You've put in the time and you feel confident, capable. Then a seasoned white belt comes at you with everything they have, or a tricky purple belt chokes you with your own lapel. Reality check. That feeling, that's blue belt. Blue belt is where you truly start to accumulate volume. Think of it as the information superhighway of Jiu-Jitsu. You'll be exposed to hundreds of techniques, dozens of guard variations, intricate leg lock entries, and counters to counters that make your head spin. You're not just learning individual moves anymore, you're starting to understand how they connect. You'll also collect bruises, both physical and to your ego, as you realize just how much more there is to learn. This is famously the rank where the blue belt blues sets in, a period of intense frustration and self-doubt. You're good enough to know how much you don't know, which can feel overwhelming. It's statistically the rank where most people quit. Surviving it says you have grit. It says you can endure psychological frustration, not just physical punishment. The IBJJF mandates at least 2 years at blue belt, making it one of the longest belts for many practitioners. By the end of your blue belt tenure, you should be able to handle yourself, control the pace against untrained opponents, and begin connecting moves into fluid sequences. This is where you transition from just surviving to truly problem-solving. It's a test of perseverance. Purple belt, the innovator and mentor. Making it to purple belt is a significant milestone, often equated to an instructor level in other martial arts. A huge percentage of people who start never see this color. This rank says you are a dedicated practitioner. You are no longer just in the game, you are the game. Purple belt is your laboratory phase. You've moved beyond simply collecting techniques. You're now refining, experimenting, and specializing. This is where you develop your signature A game. Maybe you fall in love with lapel guards, develop an inescapable pressure pass, or make leg drags your bread and butter. You're not just performing techniques, you're expressing yourself through them. But it's not just about your own game. Purple belt is also where you begin to mentor. Professors often treat purples as assistant coaches. You're expected to help beginners, explain concepts, and still get smashed by brown and black belts without sulking. Teaching solidifies your own knowledge, forcing you to understand a move on a deeper level to explain it. Stripes arrive slower here because the gaps between levels widen significantly. It's about small, technical details that separate a fresh purple from a fourth stripe monster. By the time you're ready for brown, your rolling style should be unmistakably yours, a reflection of your dedication and creativity. Brown belt, the master craftsman. If the journey to black belt is climbing a mountain, the brown belt is the final ascent just below the summit. This rank says you possess an extraordinary level of grit. You did not quit. The brown belt is the master craftsman, the seasoned veteran. This is the stage of refinement. As a purple belt, you built your A game. As a brown belt, you perfect it. You trim the fat from your movements, making your jiu-jitsu brutally efficient. There is no wasted energy. You embody maximum efficiency, minimum effort. Your mindset is one of quiet confidence. You have very little to prove. Your understanding of fundamentals is so deep you can solve complex problems with simple solutions. Technically, a brown belt is a hole filler. You are meticulously patching up any remaining weaknesses, deliberately working on the positions you hate and turning them into strengths. You are the gatekeeper. Often the senior student on the mat, you're expected to lead and embody the academy's philosophy. Your instructor isn't just evaluating your skill anymore, they're evaluating your maturity and leadership. They're asking, is this person ready to be a representative of our lineage? This rank is a test of your patience, your attention to detail, and your character. Black belt, the lifelong student. For a decade or more, it's been the singular goal. But when that belt is finally tied around your waist, you realize the great paradox of jiu-jitsu. The black belt is not an ending, but a new beginning. It's the moment you understand how little you actually know. You've climbed the mountain, and from the summit, you can now see the entire endless mountain range of jiu-jitsu stretching out before you. The learning has just begun. A black belt's character is defined by a deep, unwavering humility. Your ego, systematically dismantled and rebuilt over the years, is finally at peace. You understand that tapping is learning. A black belt signifies you are a steward of the art, responsible for passing it to the next generation. This is the ultimate test of your knowledge. Your focus shifts from individual techniques to overarching concepts and principles. But the biggest shift is towards teaching. The greatest black belts remain curious, evolving their game and learning even from their own students. They are not afraid to say, I don't know. Overcoming the final test, the imposter syndrome that many new black belts feel, requires accepting that the belt isn't a suit of armor. It is a symbol of a journey completed and a commitment to a new one for the rest of your life. So let's quickly sum up this incredible journey. White belt. Your primary mission is to survive, to learn the absolute basics, and to get comfortable being uncomfortable. It's a symbol of courage. Blue belt. This is the great expansion where you accumulate a vast technical vocabulary and start connecting the dots. It's a mark of persistence. Purple belt. Your laboratory where you create your signature game, refine your techniques, and begin to mentor others. It represents creativity. Brown belt. The grindstone where you polish the diamond, remove every leak, and prepare for the ultimate commitment. It signifies mastery and grit. Black belt. The lifelong student. A master and mentor who continues to learn, teach, and contribute to the art, defined by humility. And lastly, coral and red belts. These are for the grandmasters, Those who preserve the art, its history, and its future. The belt around your waist is only a color. It's a story of character. Now, I want to hear from you. What has your journey been like? What has your belt taught you about yourself? Share your story in the comments below. Keep training, keep growing, and I'll see you on the mats.